Okay, so let's go into more detail about our overall, campaign level stuff, which are just objectives, right? So if we look at a campaign, the ad set, the ad, these are the three different levels of creating, a good ad within Facebook. So to start with the campaign level, this is where you specify what you're trying to do, right? So if I'm trying to sell products, I probably don't want to run brand awareness. Now I could test the difference, right? You might sell some products running brand awareness ads. But the point is to understand, what level that we're at. And what I mean by that is, so Facebook kind of makes it right here, awareness, consideration, conversion, right? So it's just like the buyer's journey. Facebook's trying to help you out here. So at your awareness level, this is your building brand awareness, building that audience, basically saying, hey, look, we exist. This is your initial, reaching out to those folks. So, I know I'd already mentioned this before in previous, the foundation module, but I really wanted to dive deeper into it. So when we look at brand awareness, what we're doing is, in essence, we're trying to build that audience. So you have reach and you have impressions. So the difference is, an impression is a set of eyeballs on your ad. Okay, so you could have 10 impressions, but then your reach is a set of unique eyeballs on the ad. So if you had 10 impressions but only 5 reach, that means that 5 people saw your ad twice. Okay, so we're doing the math here. When you go for brand awareness, that objective, Facebook is going to charge you based on CPM, which stands for cost per million, but it actually really stands for cost per 1,000 impressions. Okay, so I know we're starting to get confusing, but we're trying to narrow it down here. Reach is they're going to charge you per reach, costs to reach one unique set of eyeballs. So depending on what you're trying to do here, more than likely you're just going to use brand awareness. Just get it out there, right? Your Facebook will optimize for CPM. And then what we could do is we move to consideration stage. So we built this audience. People are kind of sort of aware of us. Now we're moving on to consideration. So we have traffic. That means just getting those people who, like we built this little audience, this little saved custom audience that anyone who we reach goes into this audience, right? So now we retarget that audience based off of, we retarget them and either A, send them somewhere, like to a blog post. Before I said, hey, there's really no reason to run traffic campaigns. Honestly, even if I was going to send them to a blog post, I think I would have a custom conversion set on that post to where, like, if they spent more than 3 or 5 or 10 seconds on the post, then I would consider them a conversion rather than traffic, because traffic can bounce. Traffic cannot wait until your page loads all the way. Traffic is very convoluted. I don't like it. Plain and simple. That's just me. Do what you want. Test what you want. Feel free to utilize it however you want to. Secondly is engagement. And this is your likes, comments, and shares. And I guess to show you a little bit more. So, we use reach, and you can even split test things. Just be wary of how you do that. Traffic, this is going to charge you based on click. So it's going to charge you per click, and it's going to optimize per click as well. So if you want the cheapest clicks, then you run for traffic. Engagement, this is where we get creative, right? So we want post engagements. This means that people like, comment, or share on a specific post, which is also good too, because that's social proof. That's something we'll talk about a little bit later. Page likes. Do you want them to come like your page? Which is, I wouldn't necessarily do it. Some people like to, right? They like to build up their page likes, which is fine. If that's you, then go for it. But at the end of the day, let that happen naturally. Unless, of course, you need like 1,000 page likes or 10,000 for people to take you seriously, which some, especially local businesses, and sometimes they need that. And then event responses, which I've done a ton of these as well. Events are huge. I love events. This is to get, when you create like an event on your page and it's like, get people interested, or, are you going to come? Yes, no, maybe. That's what this is for. So engagement's huge. I love using that all day long. App installs, pretty self-explanatory. Video views. Now, when you look at video views in general, anything less than 15 seconds, so usually 14 seconds, where you kind of like to hit the max for your short videos, you can get placed in other places besides just your news feed. Okay, and so prime example is if you're ever watching those videos and it stops and it says pause for this ad, that's those ads. So it's up to you and your brand whether or not you want to do those, because those are pretty annoying as well, but they might work for you. The average individual on Facebook watches something like 1.5 seconds of a video. It's like less time than commercials. Okay, so take that into consideration. The top 25 percentile watch 9 seconds. So that should be telling you something here. Okay, so let's think about that when we do video views and when we create our videos as well. More than likely, and like I said, you're going to want to test this, but more than likely you're not going to want a video more than 1 minute long. And throughout that minute, you want to strategically set it so that if you're retargeting based on 50% video view, you know the message and the offer that they've seen so far in the video. Therefore, if you're retargeting, then you're sending them, a complimentary offer or something to go along with that to continue on with that message instead of the same thing over and over and over again. All right, stuff to think about. Obviously, you set it for video views. Facebook's going to optimize for video views, and that video view in Facebook's eyes is 3 seconds. So that's what's going to try and get you. Lead gen. This is your lead forms that automatically pop up within Facebook. So this isn't, they're not being sent anywhere. This is strictly your video or your leads are being, you can create the form, but it's all strictly through Facebook. And then you need, third party stuff to export it if you want to do it that way, or you just go back into your business manager to do it. I'm not a huge fan of these, to be honest. Even with a lot of filters, you can get cheap leads, but they will be low quality as well. So maybe if you're in the business of just generating a boatload of leads, go for it. But if you're in the business of generating quality leads, create your own funnel. That's just this is my opinion anyways. Messages, Messenger, especially if you have chatbots, this can be fun. It can get crazy. Now, this course we're not going to get into chatbots because that's its own thing, and that can get completely out of whack. So we really just didn't want to, we wanted to touch on it a little bit, but not really go into chatbots too much. Obviously, if you look at ManyChat, Chatfuel, Mobile Monkey, to name a few, you can get pretty creative for this. It's just a message, people say something within the ad and you can get responses. Or just get people to message you, say, hey, yes, hey, send me this, send me X, Y, Z. Like I said, chatbots are kind of like its own course. So we might touch on it a little bit more, but we're not really going to dive that deep into it. Then we get into our conversion stage, our ask stage, our going for the sales stage. So conversions. This is, trying to get people to purchase a product, trying to get them to turn into a lead, or even, add to cart would be a conversion too. But whatever set event that you have as your conversion, this is what you're trying to get them to do. And as mentioned before, Facebook will optimize for traffic until it gets 15 to 25 minimum events triggered within a 7-day period, and then it will switch over to optimizing for conversions. Usually you'll want, this has been, like I said, there's multiple camps and schools of thought on this, but usually you want somewhere between 15 to 100 events before you really want to optimize for conversions, but at a minimum, Facebook needs 15 to 25. So keep that in mind. Catalog sales, these are awesome. Running, dynamic product ads, catalog ads, just carousel ads in general. Running these kinds of ads and retargeting folks that have seen specific products, right? So when you look at DPA, dynamic product ads, and you can do this with Google and Bing and all those platforms too. What it is, let's say if you go on Amazon, you can test this out today. You can test it out right now if you wanted to. You go on Amazon and you look at a handful of products, and then you go on Facebook, you start searching through Facebook. Amazon will show you those products that you just looked at in a little carousel ad over again. And they'll probably show it to you for the next week or so. You could do the same thing. We have seen outstanding numbers of ROI with DPA ads. And I'm pretty sure any ad agency you talk to that runs e-com ads will tell you DPA ads are the best. Plain and simple, that's where you start. That's your low-hanging fruit. They're amazing. Do them all day long. And then obviously store visits. And so, like, no joke, you can track people who have seen your stuff on Facebook and then also came through your store, right? You got your cell phone in your pocket. It's always tracking you. Now, obviously, you got to set some stuff up, but you can do it that way. So keep that in mind too, if for yourself or if you're working with clients, that is something you can do.